Okay, about .edu. Like I said before, that's my .edu for my system. So don't try to steal it and fool it. Okay, let's go like this. Okay, if you had .edu, you need to prove it. Because I had .edu for my system, for my special network. I do not allow to use, if you had this one, I do not allow to use my network configuration and my international ends and stuff like that, and my browser. So if it says implemented in April 85, I can tell you linking did not exist. Okay, so all my designs, like I said, are based on linking. That's for my system. And this should be investigated actually, if they really had it. Because if they had it, it should be different network. So suppose they had like .com and they had like web, I guess, and they had like AOL 91. But anyway, even if they had in 85 something between universities, 6 universities, okay, even if they had something, it is not my custom network and it is not based on linking. Because for my linking and for my system, I had my own designs. They cannot use that, mine. I do not allow, I never did allow. They use some kind of fake papers. So, and then if you look further, okay, EDU, in 93, you see, I came to that in 92, in 93, this one should be investigated. This could be backdated. It's probably not 93, most likely 94. But this is my system from 92, so don't try to say this EDU was here, .edu. If they had .edu, then for my system I need to change to different and whatever designs I had, that does not belong to them. So don't try to fool. So this one, International Criminal Court and International Court should investigate. Because most of designs, what I see, that's my designs. Because I had certain designs for education and for certificate programs and for my, let's say, chat. So this one, if they say 93, that is already after me. And he's trying to do something with EDU domain. Okay, so I can tell you, all these universities having my end EDU, if they had EDU, they had to be changed, and those EDU should keep the EDU with their network outside of my network. If you want to play that, then go and play. Otherwise, I do not allow you to use. I never did, I'm telling you. That's illegal use. And International Court really should look at that as illegal use, and jumping from there, they had no network. From there, jumping to mine and quickly look like everything belonging to them has to do something with them. It has nothing to do with them, I'm telling you. They never came to that, and they don't have even lawyer. All they have is illegal papers and false statements and lies. So, in restriction, okay, 90, I did not think about 90. This is not clear about EDU, where it came from. I can tell you, my EDU came from the house in Minnesota. So if it came from, accidentally came from someone before, you need to show your network. You don't show my network from 92 and say, my network belonging to you. No, no, no. Your network, whatever, if you had few wires for 6 universities, you need to show that network. My network is not for you for free to use and to offer to public. So if they are claiming, I'm going to sue them. I'm going to sue United States for illegal use of my network, adding to my network to the point, look like they came to it. They never came to it. It wasn't for them for free to use. So that's illegal use. If they had that, so they use my illegally, and in that case I need to change not .edu but допустим education, like suppose ADC. I change mine to ADC, and you take all your EDU, go back to where you had 6 universities and cables. And my based on linking, don't try to copy mine and say it's yours. You need to be substantially different, so show your brain. Basically this international court should investigate it. This is a lot of unclear stuff. In 95 I can tell, no linking. Tim Berners-Lee came to that later. So if I came 92, he was like 3 years before that. End of 80s. So there's no linking and no international network, and nobody could study from home any certificate program. They could not study from home. It wasn't any network from home. So I do not allow universities to use my network. I never released, so that would be illegal use by universities. So don't try to play with it. And it's not American. I don't have license American. I mean, not license, passport. So don't try to say it's American. I do not allow Americans to use. I never did. So stop your lies. Because I see a lot of tweaking and twisting to the point they use mine and pay nothing. So this one, all this EDU, if they don't want to pay, they should go back to 6 university configuration and stay with it. I can tell you, that configuration had no houses. So, and it had no, like certain buildings, and it had no international, no satellite, nothing, no Wi-Fi. So, you should go there. I do not allow you to use. That's illegal use. So whoever is financing education, they should know. American education is involving illegal use of my intellectual property plus Minnesota law violations, because I came to that on private property and X5 told about it. They implemented, you can check leases and you can check land purchases. They implemented my system and network, and then suddenly they jump, look like it belongs to them. Like I said before, don't try to make a river. There is no river going from here and there and turning to there. They're trying to make some kind of river. I have no river. Okay, my intellectual property is one thing. You had this, other thing. I never worked for you. I never worked with you. Don't try to make as your river. Going to new stuff, which is my stuff, which is you should get money for it. So don't try to tweak people into thinking it is you. You never came. You cannot show the talent. You cannot show the talent. All you have is a bunch of stupid writings. Even this site is illegal. I'm telling you, this site is illegal. It came from the house. So expect lies here. Those illegals who implemented, on top of it, they throw some lies and kind of wishy-washy bullshit. I'm not joking, I'm serious. So, you should investigate like this. Okay, if this guy in 93 had to do something with EDU domain, this one, it's not EDU domain. I do not make domains. This is a legal name, domain. Somebody made this, okay? So it should be investigated at edu domain. So from this network configuration, they jump into illegal use of my network configuration, and they talk about edu domain. How about this one? Why don't you take your edu domain right here, where you had 6 universities, have here. You don't need to go to this. So this should be investigated after 92. In 93, second level names and all this blah blah blah. So like I said, don't play with my stuff. I'm gonna take you to criminal court and international criminal court, and I'm gonna take you to international court. If it's not you, not yours, you need to pay and have my attorney. And all your dirty papers you can send to your criminal court for all your dirty papers. So I'm really tired of this play. I'm not joking. This is my education. That's why people from the house can take classes. It is not your brain of 6 universities to come to that from the house network configuration. I'm telling you right now. I'm ready to sue anyone, any universities, any university, because I see my design. It's not your design. My design is based on linking. Even this site is my design. That's how I had it. They implement it. It's not for you to implement. So this one, I can tell you, this one thing, after 92, a different thing. If they had .edu here, I will change to .edc or whatever, because my structure is different. I don't want to mix your with mine. And .com should leave too. .com should go back to where they were, and for US, the name should be .us, because .com have nothing to do with my intellectual property, and I never talk to them. They are basically in illegal use or illegally adding whatever they like. I'm really sick of it. So anyway, if you look at Harvard, any university, I don't care which one, Harvard. Okay, that's my design was difference between AOL and me. I was putting pictures everywhere. This picture, I can tell you, it came from Olga, ex-wife. Okay, now, if you have like this menu, why so big? Is this for like, why so big numbers? I mean letters. So you have academics. First of all, I do it from home. You should not have network from home. So if I have here harvard.edu and I suddenly type Toyota.Spain, it should not work. This is my custom network for e-commerce and for social network, and then I added .edu, but if you had .edu, because this is my system, I use the same network for few things, then .edu should be changed. It's not, I don't need it. So that's what I had. First of all, it should say somewhere about us. The second thing is showing degrees. That's what I had, degrees. Degrees showing whatever, they have degrees. Graduate degrees. Now, if I look back at this one between 6 universities, you don't need to show about degrees to 6 universities, to each other. This design is made for my external system for people to explore from home after work. It's not designed to explore between universities something. So this one you cannot play already. So basically, if they had between 6 universities, is that you're trying to show to another university or to people? To people. So that's my network. And I did show you it went to even Honda, Spain. So that's what I had. This different, and then okay, Harvard online. Okay, now online from where? So is that for 6 universities? So one university exploring other university? Many people say you're talking some nonsense. So they're using my custom network illegally. And it designed this, a lot of it is my, you see, like about. That's my way for, because my system is big and international, people don't know about what's going on. So they basically need to know. So this is about, that's why I had. Just like AOL, because it's one company. For them, maybe they don't need it, about. But this is about because too many companies, you need to know about. So courses, I had courses like that. And then certificate programs, this online. And I'm sure they never had an 85 like this for people. So Tim Berners-Lee came to LinkedIn, and this my way is based on LinkedIn. Whoever was implementing this, they should have Olga's ex-wife, basically illegal papers, trying to play wife, trying to get money for my intellectual property. But she said about my intellectual property, but I had to do legal papers, not her. So basically, illegal use with bunch of tweaks. Now, any Harvard, Stanford, the same thing. They made some kind of a template. My intellectual property is not a template, so don't play with it. Don't try to nationalize with illegal use, nationalizing. My house is not for nationalizing. So, Stanford, the same thing. What do you see? Okay, academics. Yeah. So different classes. Graduate, undergraduate. That's what I said. Whatever they have offer classes, then they have different certificate programs, which is not degree. Then you need to show picture of this, like you have this one, like that was my way, showing different teachers. Oh, visitors, take a look, visitors. How come visitors? You never had project for visitors. You would need to show to each other, to 6 universities, if you had something. And that domain, edu, you assume you can use my custom network illegally as normal. It's like somebody give for free to use. I never did give for free to use. You stop lying. All you do is you submit in fraud. So what Americans did, they implemented with a bunch of stupid ways, tricks, cover-ups. Okay, you show me the person. Okay, so you had six universities. Okay, show me who came to that exploring for people to show for visitors. How you going to show to visitors? Basically, you need to come to special system to explore from the house or apartment. You know, I had building apartments. You never had that project, so that's illegal use. That's what I'm saying. American education is illegal because they had my custom network configuration implemented illegally, like those Google. That was illegally implemented. And on top of it, I had my .edu. Now, if it's somebody had .edu, I would change to different EDC. But my browser should not go to you. My browser is made for e-commerce, for social network and stuff like this, and .org. If you had .org, then I change. But mine should not work with yours. So this should not work. If it's alt edu, it should not work. And you should not show anything. So basically, if it's different, then it should be different. EDC suppose. So, and that's what I had. Pictures of universities, pictures of teachers, explaining about teachers, certain for campus information. What else? So basically related to education. Before I came to this system for people, I visited Harvard. You can find my records probably, if they still have it. So in 91, I was trying to get admitted into Harvard. So, but later they told me, well, at the same day, later they told me, oh, this or this. So a lot of requirements. I could not meet all those requirements, papers, plus money. I did not have money for it. So basically, I did not do anything. But they were checking on my documents, and she told me, what do you like? So I went to building for religions, Eastern religions, and then I did the big campus, and I went to bookstore. So at that time they had no for people, this one. That's what I came to in 92. So anybody is telling me something, I don't want to listen to it. You need to stop lying. If it goes to e-commerce, that's my network. If it goes to like eBay and Amazon, that's my network and my platforms. And those like Facebook, that's my platform. It's not his platform. He never started from scratch. It's not his platform. He started because of ex-wife's papers talking about my platform. So it's not his platform, Facebook. He should pay compensation, and his papers are illegal. He cannot trade with it, I can tell you. eBay cannot trade, Amazon cannot trade with it. And American giving loans for online education, that online education was illegally acquired. It should have illegal papers. Look like I'm overseas. I'm not overseas. I was in America, and somebody was making papers for me or some statements for me. So, and like Stanford, it was not project of Stanford to make network for people from home in the middle of nowhere, plus contacting, I just did show you, contacting foreign business, because I use the same for business and for non-business. I had .org too. If there is .org before, I changed it to something else. But it's my design and my network. So, in this case, Stanford cannot say, oh, give name, like Google, or give name, we give name Google to you. That's not their network. They never came to them. They use illegal papers. And it's not EDU 6 university network, because they cannot show any talents for that. For international court and for institute, innovation institute in Europe, you need to have talent. In case of international court, attorney. I'm sure you can check all the 6 universities, they cannot show talent and attorney because they never came to that. So for the international network, they have no one, and that network is used for education. So that's my network, and a lot of it is my design because it's based on linking. In '85 it was not linking. So I had top design like this, giving boxes like, down, like you've seen before. I did show it gives box, or I had on the side, and linking. That's why I had that browser with arrows, because I have pages. And sometimes I need to go back. My system doesn't work like Barnes & Noble in 1992. A bunch of letters, they have no pages. So mine with pages. And if you see like this small on the bottom, that's what I had. That's my design. It's not AOL's design. They had some kind of other way. Boxes or some kind of... I did not see much. AOL to me was very limited kind of for everything. So whoever gave this picture, whoever put this picture like this, should be investigated. Where did you get it? From ex-wife. Okay. Who should talk to, to publisher, to Wall Street, to finance, to bank, to federal loan? Who should talk? Wife or talent? Talent. Why you keep listening to wife? Not wife, but she's ex-wife. So basically, if you have anything, any papers for education, it says wife Olga, she's not wife. In 93 we got divorced. That's illegal papers. Because I know you implemented, whoever was implemented, they implemented, but it's not, they were listening some kind of wrong people. For everything you should have a talent. In case of finance, trading, international court, international trading, international financing, international, the innovation center, whatever. And what they do is a bunch of muddy, wishy-washy papers playing with dates and unexplained. So, I'll show you later again my system. So let me see again. But anyway, Stanford, well, how about University of Southern California? They had that big protests. But Americans, they are bending to one way or to another way, my opinion about those events. Oh, this or this unsafe to go. Don't go then. Cancel class. Why they should go? Cancel class. I would say sorry, cancel. Or come back later after everything is resolved. Temporary, because of certain circumstances, stopped and continue after. So schedule changed. But anyway, that's my opinion. So what do you have? USC. Okay, menu. So, I don't know, this one, I don't need this. Let's say academics, admissions, yes. So academics, admissions, about programs, about certificate programs, about dorm, about events, faculty. Yeah, I see pictures. That's what I had. Pictures telling about their credentials. That's what I had. So they're all the same. That's what I had. That's what I see. I don't see anything new, honestly. They kind of make a template look like everybody can use. No. They came from the house. That was for me to use. In fact, any university is on my platform, they would need to pay compensation. That's not for them for free to use. They might pay Google, but Google is in illegal management and use. If they pay Google, that would be illegal management and use. That's my system, innovation and everything. I am number one owner for that and CEO. I could actually disapprove them. They decided to be CEO for my intellectual property with illegal papers. Normally, if it's my intellectual property, I decide who is going to be CEO. So basically, they're kind of self-proclaimed CEOs. Not only them, the same with Amazon, eBay, and many other ones. I'm serious. They're using illegal papers. So, and for education too. But anyway, just take a look. How about Yale? Okay, what's going on with Yale? No, I clicked on the wrong one. It was Yale. But anyway, I can time. Yale. Okay, Yale. So the same. Okay, now Yale, suppose Yale or anyone, they would like to have a discussion or what they call it, a meeting or some kind of conference or whatever, how those 6 universities came to network configuration and design for people, for visitors. They cannot show it. They would point to Google, but Google is, they are illegal users of mine. So that's what I say, illegal use, that one, education. Very quickly, I can very quickly see about, about that's what I had, academics, admissions, and then teachers, dorms, life at Yale, stuff like this. And then pictures again, pictures that are telling about teachers. And then certificate program, which is not non-degree kind of programs that you know why? Non-degree, because you study from home. Because I was thinking if teacher cannot see you, they cannot really maybe give you a degree, but certificate is okay. So if you look at this, you might feel like I was somewhere. I was in Harvard in 91, and then in Minnesota, and then big games. It should be about us. It's all about us, about Yale, okay? So pretty much the same. So if you would invite to Harvard, to Yale, to anywhere, if you would like to invite somebody who came to that education that is today, online, believe it or not, those 6 universities cannot talk for that. And anyone here, they cannot talk for that. If he is registered edu domain, meaning my system, external system, that's illegal use. You can play with that, 6 universities, not with mine. You need to have my attorney for that. What if I don't like you? If you are doing EDU on my system and you are telling me there is EDU, it was EDU before in 85, I don't need the EDU. I would have, suppose, EDC or education, EDN or whatever. I don't need it, I don't need them. Like I don't need .com, I don't need, if it was, I don't need it. Because for my system, I make my way. And I give my names. I don't need your names to mine. I don't want to mix. So, okay, let's see. Let's see what I was trying to say. Okay, so So basically I came to my custom network and system. It's supposed to be outside of buildings and even outside of cities because of cities restrictions and cables. And I realized I have a lot of cables going from east to west, from north to south, and to my system. So I decided to be away from the city. We're okay for cables and I don't bother anyone. So one of it was EDU. So when somebody is submitting, suppose there is computer here, if somebody is submitting, it doesn't go to your 6 billions. It goes to my system, EDU, and I have universities sites there. EDU sites, or university sites. If it's .org, it goes to my .org sites. It does not go somewhere else before you if you would have it. That's my way for me. If you had .org, then I change, because this is my way and my sites, my design, based on linking. And this is my new international network configuration based on it. That's why I did show you the Honda.es, because this is the same network. I can use international network for e-commerce, Honda.es or .jp, or I can use the same network to get education and to get .org. That's how my system works. And I can get, this one was my, this is, I put in a simple way, this was my social network. And I can get social network. Whoever added .com to that, they should not add .com, because .com is like those 6 universities somewhere else. It should not, they should not add anything to mine. So they added, but the same thing, they added, but the software designed for social network is mine. It's not .com people, it's mine. Okay, and this network is my configuration. Now some education, I had additional what is called social media. I had additional one like this, more simplified, for education. So some might have, I don't know, because my ex-wife was stuck in blah blah blah. I don't know to what extent. So some might have simplified version of social network, but that social network is only for those students. Nobody else should be there. It's kind of password restricted social network. They can have not password restricted, but that was for me to use in any case. It's not to jump and copy and assume it was made for everybody for free use. No, it never was. And that's why I put copyright here, 92.23. If anybody will submit fraud, and I have rights for copyright, you would have a position of fraud. Fraud case. So don't try to fool. If you didn't come, you didn't come. If you wanna fool, I'm not gonna give away. So, Stanford want money, stores want money, restaurants want money, car dealerships want money. Anywhere you go, they want money, and suddenly I need to give for free. Wow. Don't try to tweak. So that was not for free, and ex-wife knew that. I told you I need to talk to investors, rich people. And on top of it, I told her I need to talk to attorney, and she doesn't want to listen. She's trying to make papers. I'm telling her, all your papers are illegal. I need to go and make papers, not sure. So if somebody found for either social network or this or this or this, they should have my authority and agreement, not your papers, including .edu. And if anybody is sending money because of .edu to X5, you don't need to send anything. She's not a talent. And she, after 93, she's not a wife. She's supposed to stop telling stories, and it's called twisting. Basically fraud with twisting. Fraud means fraud, and twisting is like, instead of money going to talent, money goes somewhere else. It's called twisting legally. Money goes somewhere else to someone else, basically trying to take advantage of someone's intellectual property and get paid for that. Because it's a game. Basically it's a game. So expect a big game here around the DDU, my site designs. I don't know what they were saying. If they were saying somebody should send money, you don't need to send. Your answer should be, that guy is in America. He was in America from 92 until today. Why do we need to send money overseas? Because of her, but she's not a talent for that. She's not a talent. She doesn't know even probably how to solder. You can ask her, can you show how to solder electronic parts? She probably doesn't know even. I knew about electronic parts, I knew about network configuration, wireless, some experience with computer games, those computer games in the beginning of 90s on floppy disk. But anyway, I came to my different ways. Now, if you want me to make a picture, I can make a picture. Hold on. Okay, looking at the picture. Right now there is no picture. Again, I'm gonna use different color. Mine is one color, others a different color. Suppose 6 universities. Okay. Let me see. Let me do this. 6 U's. Own system and network. Whatever. One, two, this one. Strange program. I don't use that program. Kind of weird program. Okay, now 6. So whatever. 6 U's. Now, like I said before, AOL. Well, why is it like that? AOL. Who else? Let's say IBM. Let's say Oracle. Who else? Web. Who else? Web. .com. Let's make .com. .com. And some kind of unknown Russian internet, I guess. Russian internet. started in the Russian army. And if you look at law books, you cannot trade anything belonging to army. That's number one stupid thing people say. Internet. If it started in the Russian army, it belongs to federal, some kind of organization. Not federal, maybe not really federal, but kind of federal and army. It's not for trading. You cannot trade Russian army items on Wall Street. Attacking nonsense. So Russian army is supposed, it's a bunch of computers. It's a certain network configuration. If one line breaks, you can use some other lines. To me, it's very kind of some kind of small, tight, whatever way. I don't care. And suppose those big heroes talking again a new nonsense. A cloud. We have big cloud right here. So, AOL, IBM, Oracle, okay, Oracle, and then web, .com, cloud. After that, I need to make wall immediately because they like to jump into new things and they want to take advantage of someone. Greedy boys. They see opportunity and jump. That's how I see. Now, okay, I just use my account for myself. Let's say what color to use. Let's say blue, I don't care. Blue. Okay, I have a house in Minnesota. I came to the tiny house. Okay, now I'm gonna mark for you to understand. Now, .com, if I go to you, and if I want to be connected, I'm a guy from the street. I'm not working there. The answer would be what? No. Russian army, from Minnesota to connect to Russian army, be real. No. Web, the same. I go to you, some kind of business buildings, unknown guy from the street wanna be connected. To me, in 92, the answer is no. Oracle, guy from the street wanna be connected. Not working there. To me, in 92, answer is no. IBM, answer is no. AOL, in New York, I'm in Minnesota. I could talk to them. But some people and my ex-wife did talk to them. Not me. For me, I would need to call from Minnesota to AOL and talking about changing their business because I didn't know that the guy told me on the street they are doing okay but not super. It was in 91. I could call him but I didn't. So somebody else. So that one questionable. To me this is kind of questionable. If I would walk in to connect, because they had people connected. They would say connect as them, yes. Like they had people before. You can check in Manhattan, in New York, different computer and different building connected to a connected as a customer, they might say yes. But talking about new my system, maybe no. So to me it's a big question. Maybe yes, maybe no. It means I would go inside and say, basically you guys, your system is like junk. Let's go with my system. Like in a plain way of saying. Would they say yes or no? They might get offended or they might listen. But they were listening people in my ex-wife papers they had with them. So suddenly they changed after some time. But anyway, how about this one? Cloud, I walk in, I want to be connected, guy on the street. I'm from the street. The answer is no. Most likely no. Come on. Who's gonna run? And for what? You don't work here. 6 universities. Those universities, they had like internal computers. Similar to, let's say, web. They had, or .com. They had few buildings, AT&T or whatever. So I go and say, I want to be connected to your university's computers. Suppose, I tell them. My answer would be no. Because I don't work there, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a researcher, I'm not PhD, finished their school, I'm not anyone belonging to, admission, taking classes. So I'm not anyone like that. So to me, that would be no. So that's why I started actually to think about this after logical thinking. Even if they would say yes, another version, even if they would say yes, they would say yes only if I would put my computers there. Suppose they say I want to be connected, so they say no. Okay, how about second thing? How about I put my computers there? Why? Because I don't have building. I have house, and I want put buildings. Maybe they would give a chance, maybe not. But I decided, I don't want to talk about putting computers for something. It's kind of like I am renting their room, but or part of building renting, putting my computers for my purposes. In business it could be like that, but you need to pay for it, so I would need to pay for it. So basically to me it's no, I don't really care. So I started to think about my stuff. Okay, and then I came to conclusion after some time, I don't want to deal with houses. Okay, this is providers. Providers are dealing with telephone line, not providers, but at that time telephone companies. They were dealing with that. So to me, okay, let them deal, and plus I want them to put my box, digital special box. And that Wi-Fi actually it was optional. Either they put or you buy and put. It's because Wi-Fi should work with the line. Wi-Fi is only picking up, but it should go to line and go to here. So suppose a bunch of providers, houses, and it goes to my box. Okay, that's what I did show you before. And from that point, my big network, I direct here, I direct there. Now, beside direction, okay, hold on, it's okay. Okay, beside direction. First I came to e-commerce, not the education. First I came to e-commerce in a way of search engine. So I had, like in a small way, let's say in a small way. So I had a bunch of stores based on my commerce. I have a bunch of stores. And search engine, suppose this is search engine, is pulling a store because of my request. So suppose this is my computer in the house. So I have request, go to provider, box, but that request suppose this should be based on US. Okay, that's what you see today. So it goes request because US, it goes to US, to search engine, picking up here. But my top line, top box, if you know exact name, you submit, go here. Basically, it's not on a list of search engine, it would just pull that store and give back to you. So again, goes this direction, and then gives you back on the screen. That's how it works. So in this case, I don't need to worry about them. I came to my system in ways. So now, in case of Spain, like you've seen, yes, suppose yes, Honda.es. In case of Spain, I submit Honda Spain, it goes here, it recognizes Spain, it's not US, it goes to Spain. Okay, so it goes to Spain, and return on the screen, Honda of Spain. Now later, I had different platforms, like Amazon. First I came to search engine like that, but then I came to like my own platforms. I started to think about my own platforms. So, suppose I want my own platforms. So I came to my own platforms. Let's make different color. Let's say purple. So this would be, hold on. So this would be my own platforms, like Amazon, eBay, like Netflix and YouTube, Vivo, Zillow, like Facebook, Shorts, you know, like those, under one roof ahead. So in this case, sometimes you submit the search engine and gives and pulls and gives you one store. That's my beginning exploring. But under one roof, it's my second way of e-commerce, where you go, submit, you go, and it goes here to my platforms under one roof, like I told you. All those platforms I told you, they're under one roof. Now, so this was originally for the e-commerce. Now, some of those are not e-commerce, like YouTube. Well, it can be e-commerce, but some call it social network. YouTube, Facebook, the sorts, some call social network, but they're kind of for profit. They're not non-profit organizations. So, in that case, my search engine worked not only with stores, but with my platforms. If exact name, then now need search engine involved, we can go here and back. So, and then later, after some time, I came to my education. My education. Suppose here, education. Let's make different color. Suppose like this. Like that. So that's his education. Now in this case, I call it .edu, but like I said, if it was .edu, I can change to different name. Why? Because I do the same. This is my configuration. I don't need your edu. Because I have here for my plan I change. Because my should not work with your network anyway. Even if I put .edu, it will not work with your previous network. It should not work. You had network, fine. And your network would never have direct into Spanish Honda or my platforms. You should not have it because it is your network, this is my network. So anyway, I came to edu and designs. So in that case, suppose I put different color. Let's say like Harvard color. So in this case, so this box you submitting, right? It goes here, understanding edu, because American, it was for America edu, but for foreign it should have different end. So it goes like here, it goes over there. And then gives back, so it gives back return. He is getting picture of, suppose Harvard. Gives back picture of Harvard. You understand? Do you understand? Comprende? Okay, copyright 1992. And I did show you my other stuff, copyright. You cannot copyright mine. It's not your project. For 6U people. If they jump here, illegal use of mine. I'm telling you right now. I need all my compensation. This is not for free use. Never was for free use. Expect false statements. No, it was not for free use. It was for me to talk to investors, rich people, and attorney. And what they did, no attorney, wishy-washy papers, and no money, and somebody else is there. So this one, if this one is using this, that's illegal use, I'm telling you. And I had designs for it. Because anything I had, platforms or search engine or that, I had designs too, not only the box. Designs based on linking. So, let me see something. The final. So the final. I don't want to talk for you. But anyway, the final is, suppose University, okay, Oxford. Okay, this doesn't have end edu, but it has some other end. To me, it can be like that, but it is programmed for UK. Oops. This program, what is AC? So some people added more ends to it. But anyway, in case of Oxford, you see, if I click right now, so I could show you Harvard, right? And if I click right now, I can show you Oxford. Why? Because they use my international network configuration. It would direct to UK, and you get from UK. Or you can copy files in US, but even if you copy files, they should have. I had copy files extra for quicker way. Now how about University of Switzerland, of Zurich? How about this? You see .ch, they don't even use .edu. They just based on the end. So what they did basically, they kept based on the end. This based on the end, ch. That's my international network configuration, and this is my education. But I had edu. The reason I had edu is I just wanted to separate commercial computers like e-commerce, like I had many stores e-commerce, and education. I wanted to put them in a separate room, all education, for my big build-up. That's why I did .edu, but it can be like this. And .org I want to separate too. So if it says here .edu, but this is a good example of my international network in education. And if you will ask him where did you get it, the international network, it didn't come from these people, from Stanford, 6 universities. It came from those like Google, but Google is using my intellectual property. That's what I'm saying, they came from me, not from 6 universities. So how about another one? University, how about Italy? How about Italy? Okay, let me see. Suppose there is University of Italy. Okay, where is that? Italy, but how about this? The linking. I'm looking at the linking. Anyway, how about this Milano? I'm looking for the top university. I'm looking for the linking and end. Anyway, to me, Europe just stay with those ends. They don't add. This one added to EU. Anyway, University Spain. Well, they added, but anyway, even if they added EU, it means direct into Europe. And then they get in the Spain, a lot of universities. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see the end, but this is kind of take me too long. University. How about this one? Okay, so they added ES. So they just follow my normal international way with the end. It can be. Or you, if you really want to separate, then maybe edu.es. Suppose uv.edu.es. Or just yes. This is only to direct. I could have any university.us, but for some reason I thought to give edu. What else to say? Now, there is one under one roof like this. This sounds like one under the roof. So, in case of my system, for me it's easier to make under one roof. It says best universities, and then give different universities, because all that information is all my system. I will show it to you my system. So it can be linked there. Now if you need to link outside, you click, it would direct to outside to Europe. But with that 6 university way, it would not work like this. They could not form like this. My structuring and network configuration is different, so they could not do like that, and it would not work like that. So I had to think a long time in order to make that to work like this. So if you put a lot of universities, like suppose they have EU or other ones, or like this, if they put a lot of universities, so it's kind of under one roof giving information about universities. So I guess that's all I can say. Have a good time. Bye.